How's it going, everyone? It's John Beard here with another episode of the Streamer Stories podcast, and my guest today is the absolutely brilliant MattRPD. Here he is. How you doing, sir?
Hi, everyone. I'm very well, Johnny. How are you?
I'm good, my friend. I'm really good. Thank you for being here and doing this. This is it's going to be a lot of fun.
My absolute pleasure. So, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm MattRPD. I'm a Twitch streamer that plays a lot of horror games, do a lot of speed runs and marathons on Resident Evil content, Silent Hill, and lots more. And it's my absolute pleasure to be here with Johnny today to do this podcast. And yeah, thank you for having me, Johnny.
No, pleasure's mine. Trust me. I love your background stuff, by the way. Now that I can actually tell you properly as well. Yeah, I love your background. You got lots of awesome stuff there, mate.
I like yours as well. I like the Sonic.
Yes, and I feel like Sonic. It's from the Sonic Mania that came out a few years ago. But yeah, so MattRPD. So tell us about like games you play when you're growing up. Then what was your first memories of video games?
Well, Johnny, I would say Sonic the Hedgehog. Funny enough, on the Sega Megadrive, I am a huge fan of the Sonic franchise. I know that when I must have been about 3 or 4 years old when somehow I managed to get my hands on a Sega Megadrive. I was very young when I started playing games, and Sonic was one of those games.
Nice.
The memories are quite obviously when you're that young. You don't really you just remember like snippets. But from what I was told is that I broke a few control pads. So yeah, we yeah, man. I used to spend a lot of time with my nan. Obviously, my mum was working at the time, so I used to have a close relationship with my nan and granddad. So they used to love me, supporting me playing the games and whatnot. And yeah, the first Sonic the Hedgehog would have been the kind of core memory in my head that I remember playing as a child. And then obviously after that, going through that franchise of number 2, then 3, then Knuckles and Spinball and everything else that comes with that.
Yeah.
So that is one of my fondest kind of memories as a child growing up, was to play those games. I do remember other games that I played around that time as well. Like I don't know if you'd remember this game called Rainbow Island.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think it was for like the Atari or something. But I remember playing that a lot as well. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of Sega classic titles. You got Shinobi, Streets of Rage. I mean, the list goes on, doesn't it? I preferred the Genesis over the Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Even though I had a Nintendo at some point, and obviously I had the Mario games. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed playing the Mario games, but if I've got to choose between Sonic and Mario, I will choose Sonic. That's my preferred choice.
100%. Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm the same. I'm Team Sonic. I was Team Mega Drive. And and you mentioned all the classics as well. So what was your favourite Sonic?
Yeah, I think my favourite Sonic would be Sonic 2.
Yeah,
I think it would be Sonic 2. Yeah, I can't really tell you why. I think it must be all the levels coming together, and obviously the introduction of Tails, and just I'd have to go with Sonic 2. But then again, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, when you combine them both together, was a solid game in itself as well. But I just have, I do remember certain memories, like going into my personal life and whatnot. My mum left my dad at a young age, and I remember playing Sonic 2 a lot.
Yeah.
Through that period when we left the house and we went into hostels for a while, and I remember like the people in the hostels looking after us a lot, and I remember just connecting my Sega Mega Drive up on the TV, and Sonic 2 was the one I played a lot.
Yeah.
And I think I was a bit older then. Obviously, I wasn't 3 years old. I think Sonic 1 came out in '91, wasn't it?
Yes.
I was born in 1988, so I would have been a bit old and a bit more aware at that point. So yeah, Sonic 2, just because of the nostalgia, the quality of game that it is. Obviously, it's a big improvement from Sonic 1, obviously with the spin introduction and whatnot. But I just think it helped me a lot through that transition, I suppose. So yeah, I'd go with Sonic 2 for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. What do you like the Sonic 2 special stages as well? Those are probably my favourites.
I do and I don't. I think it was a bit frustrating at times, wasn't it? I think the harder the levels you get onto the bonus stage, the harder it became. I probably would say that out of all the Sonics, the bonus stage was probably the weakest in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not because it was enjoyment, just pure frustration. And I like sometimes I like a bit of easiness. Like Sonic 1, I love the bonus stages in Sonic 1.
Did you? I thought they were rock solid.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I prefer that over number 2.
Yeah.
But that's just everyone's different perspective, But then again, you got Sonic 3, and that was a lot easier, wasn't they?
I thought so.
Like obviously there's different, you get different zones.
The blue sphere was the blue and red spheres, I think it was, wasn't it, in Sonic 3?
Yeah, so you got the one where you got to try and stay up. Then you've got the one where you jump into it's like a casino part with the jackpots.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember. I know there's different ones anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, no, like to this day, I play quite a bit. I used to play Sonic, like, I probably play Sonic multiple times a year, but like, I'm definitely going to be streaming it every year for sure. And like Sonic 1, I struggle with that. It's always like a 50% chance of me getting all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 1.
Oh, dude, you missed it, honestly. Only, a couple of months ago, I did a proper retro stream.
Oh,
like
no, I
full
missed
on original hardware,
Sega
Megadrive hardware connected up to the OSSC and whatnot. And people saying, "Why is Sonic so slow?" Because the difference is, if you played the Sonic in America, obviously it was a faster hertz, wasn't it? Faster like FPS compared to the PAL versions that we've got, where it's like a lot slower. The sound's a lot slower, the movement's a lot slower. But yeah, we did 1, 2, and 3, and then we played some Terminator. We did like a whole day of different Sonic titles and whatnot. That was very nice because once again it was going back to its original hardware, getting to experience it on the Sega Megadrive controller once again.
Yeah.
Good day that was, yeah. Good day, yeah.
Good times, man. Oh, I'm gutted I missed it.
All right.
So, Mega Drive. So after that, did you transition to the PlayStation 1? Was the Nintendo 64 on the radar? Where did you go from there?
I did have a 64, but obviously my main growing up was PlayStation 1. I got a funny memory here, actually. I remember at the time, it was close to Christmas, and my mum and dad were saying, they were saying the PlayStation's very hard to get. It's extremely popular, and we might not be able to get it for Christmas.
Oh.
So Christmas Day comes, and I open all these great presents, and then the final present I open is a PlayStation, but it's just a box.
Oh no!
So like, to be honest, normally I would have probably been upset. However, I actually appreciate. I had good presents, so I thought, okay, well, happy to wait. I know how popular the console is. And then later on, I was told to turn the TV on, and I just pressed the TV because we had one of our old fatback TVs, then didn't
yes,
you? Like the old, and I turned the TV on, and all I saw was just Lara Croft standing there on Tomb Raider 1, just standing there on the screen. I was like, what's going on? And then I found out that I had the PlayStation. I did have it. It was already connected.
Oh wow!
TV.
Yes,
so I remember having that, and I had Final Doom as well.
Okay.
And those are the 2 games I had for Christmas. And I'll tell you what, both great games, by the way. I love Doom as well in its own right. But so growing up, PlayStation 1 was the console for me. A lot of joys, a lot of pleasures. Just a great console, great games as well that came out for it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so with Doom as well, I mean, that was quite a non-PG-ish game, I suppose. Did your parents not care?
No, I didn't.
No. You can swear, it's fine.
I was growing up in a council estate, so I'm kind of like, I wasn't really like, I was looked after as a child, but let's not beat around the bush here. Kind of like, when it comes to PG or 18, I used to watch, like, the sort of child I was, the films that I watched was like Stephen King It, and The Thing, and, like Poltergeist.
Yeah.
And the Exorcist, like, these are the films that I watched as a child. No wonder I'm bloody scarred. But no, so my nan told me that I used to have it on repeat. I used to watch it. You know how long that film
Goodness
is?
Me, yeah.
Like 3.5 hours. So yeah, like in terms of like PG or 8, it used to be a free fall. You just, whatever, just do it.
Yeah. Oh man.
I wasn't protected. I know.
No, I was similar. I mean, my parents kind of did, but then kind of didn't. They kind of just left it on and let me watch. They didn't really. I think sometimes they forgot I was in the room. I don't know with my parents, but they did.
I think personally, it came down to if it was horror and gore,
yeah,
it was okayish. But if it was more like sexual,
Yeah.
I think that's where it's like, nah, you ain't. You know what I mean? And none of those films are within that bracket. So I think if it was like a lot of that, then they would be like, no, you're not watching that. But if obviously with the horror and the all of that, it's it's okay. It's if you have bad dreams, it's your own fault.
Yeah,
which I did,
sure.
by the way. The Exorcist, God, oh my God.
I'm sure. Yeah.
The Exorcist is a brutal one.
Wow. So it's Tomb Raider, Doom. I mean, Resident Evil is going to be coming in here at some point. But before we go to Resident Evil, was there any other PlayStation hits that come to mind as being that you really loved?
Yeah, obviously Resi, Metal Gear Solid. Growing up, wow, what a game that was in its own right. There's so many. The Shadow Man, there's just loads. I used to play like the FIFA games as well, like the football games. Growing up, so whatever I can get my hands on. There could be a huge list here, but I can't think off the top of my head right now what other games it was. If you name a few games, I'll tell you what I played. Abe's Odyssey.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
Abe's Odyssey and Exodus. Yeah.
Well, what was your FIFA go-to? What was the one that came to mind, or you played a lot?
Obviously, it would be Resi 1 and 2. Like, those were the games I played all the time.
No, I'm sorry, with FIFA.
Oh, FIFA, sorry.
Yeah, everyone's got got FIFA.
98 was a good one on PS1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With Beckham on the front. That's my main memories as a kid. But then, obviously, growing up onto the later generations of console, I carried on playing. I was very competitive at one point on FIFA. Back in FIFA 2010 and 11.
Nice.
I used to be like, top 50 in the world on bloody on PlayStation. I was like absolute tank.
Oh my God.
I remember going to like little mini tournaments. So I went to a nightclub once and they had hosted it. I went in there and smashed everyone's face. They're supposed to pay me 20 quid. They never paid me. They said, "Oh, you didn't play enough games to claim the 20 quid." I was like, "Shit." So,
oh God! Wow.
I used to play. I used to rage as well on FIFA. So you can imagine, FIFA was just constant. I was just raging. If you feel like you've been badly beaten in a bad way, where you've been cheated by EA Sports, I used to rage. But yeah, like that. That like growing up though, at a point. Especially when you got like T17, 18, that's all you was doing, playing online, wasn't it? You're playing FIFA or Call of Duty at one point, and that's all I was doing, COD 4 and FIFA, just playing online with friends all the time. But that's all changed now.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk Resi then. I mean, we took 12 minutes. I mean, so tell us about your favourite memories, your earliest memories of Resident Evil. I mean, I know that game means a lot.
Yeah, obviously, so... RE1 96 was the first, obviously, game I played on PS1. And I remember staying up late with my stepfather, playing it to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Whilst my mum was in bed sleeping, we had the little TV on the wall, and we were just there sitting on the bed playing RE1. I don't know if I was playing it or my dad was playing it then, but it was just so cool. I remember. It felt such a long game, and because it's your first experience, it makes you feel that, doesn't it? It's like, wow, you're going back and forward, like, okay, what do we do now? And those bloody door transitions take 14 seconds each time anyway. Have we gone this way? And that's what I love about that game. It's that survival horror element. Okay, do we go through there? Do we need to do that puzzle first? Do we need to do that? Do we need to pick that up? A lot of memories on that one. The music, the zombies. It was such a scary game.
Yeah.
We never really seen anything like that.
No, not
on
at all.
The generation of its time. The graphics to me at the time was like, wow, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You look back now, you think, but that's like anything, isn't it? You could say the same in terms of PS5 in 20 years' time. Mm-hmm. You might be like, wow, those graphics are terrible. Yeah. But no. I would say I got a lot of memories on that, but then moving on to RE2, that's when the game stepped up in its own right, didn't it? For me, RE2 is my favourite Resident Evil game.
Yeah, same.
I'd probably put it in terms of one of my favourite games of all time, because value for money was there. You got 4 scenarios. You got Claire A, Leon B, Leon A, Claire B or whatnot. And then you've got the bonus sections as well, the hunk and the tofu.
Yeah.
I just feel like there was that much playability with it. And the story was so good as well. The RPD, the whole, how it ties in with number 1 a bit, but then how it comes out in its own right. the music, the drama, the Ada scene with Leon, all that. I just felt like it had a total, like, it gave me everything that I wanted in the game.
Yeah.
I felt emotional with that scene at the end when I was, in my early days watching it. I got scared at times. It just had everything. It was just a wonderful, wonderful masterpiece.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Completely agree. What are the jump scares that got you probably first, or that resonated with you most then in the early days?
The jump scares.
I mean, the dog through the window in Resi 1 got me as a kid, like, straight away. Like, no ifs or buts.
I mean, I can't remember that when, obviously, first time experience. I don't remember that segment, but I do always remember the infamous zombie turn.
Yes.
Obviously, when it goes to that cinematic, it's like, that's when you know, like, oh God, something's going to bad happen here. That was scary. I do remember that being very scary. I mean, the Hunter one was quite a good one as well.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry. Most people don't think that the Hunters are scary anymore, but I'm like, for me, the Hunters are like, they terrify me. I mean, I'm nowhere near the level you are when it comes to Resident Evil 1, so I still get anxiety playing Resident 1 and taking on the Hunters, because the AI is so unpredictable at times.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't worry about them now, but obviously when I was a kid and you're seeing them, and like, you're like, they felt pretty hard to kill as well, and it's like, if they hit you, you're nearly dead, and you panic.
Yeah.
You panic when you come to, like, the mansion. We call it, like, Mansion 2 from a speedrun perspective. It's like when you're going back into the second time, that's when you get the introduction of the Hunters, and, they are pretty intimidating, I must admit, yeah.
It's when you go on caution for me. It's just like, one hit kills. Yeah. One hit kills become a fair game thing to them. You're like, no. Like, just, yeah. Ugh.
That's the thing, you see. With Resident Evil 1, you kind of have to keep checking your menu because you don't know what health situation you're at.
Yeah.
At least with Resi 2, that's when you start to limp in caution.
Yeah.
And then eventually you're really limping in danger. So it gives you that indication of where you're at before you're going to die. With RE1, you just run normal all the way through.
Yeah.
So you could be in danger, but you're still running okay. So it's like, oh, damn, I didn't know I was in danger. I'm died.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Resident 3 Nemesis and Code Veronica?
Funny enough, this is going to sound bad. I had a backup of RE3, a copied version, somehow. I don't know how, but I seem to have it like months before retail here in the UK.
Okay.
So I remember, and it was in Chinese or Japanese. So I was like struggling, but obviously I was a big fan, so I wanted to get my hands on it, and I was playing it, but I don't feel the same about RE3 Nemesis to other games. I know obviously a lot of people would disagree. I think it's a bit more like overrated that people make out. I don't think it's as good as some of the other RE titles.
I agree.
I just felt like, and obviously obviously with the relationship between Code Veronica and Resi 3, Code Veronica was supposed to be number 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. And obviously I think it was a big dispute between Capcom and Sony at the time. Sony wanted a numbered title, and for their PS1. And obviously they was working on Code Veronica, but then eventually they moved on to make RE3 just to please them, really, in a way. I mean, it's a good story if you think about it. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad game. It's a decent game. I like to speedrun it as well. It's a very exciting speedrun. That's what a lot of people do, and because of like the RNG and
I was going to say
factors. So from a speedrun perspective, it's probably one of the best RE titles. But from a story perspective and a casual playthrough, I think it's one of the weaker titles, in my opinion. And obviously, most people would probably disagree, but that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but that's mine. Code Veronica, however,
yes,
I would put Code Veronica above RE3.
Same, yeah, same.
Because I just really enjoy it. I love the playthrough with Claire. It didn't feel rushed. You get to experience the island and whatnot, and there's a lot of back and forward, and obviously a lot of people. I think it's funny, isn't it? I think RE3 Nemesis is very overrated, but I think Code Veronica is extremely underrated.
I completely
agree. You don't see a lot of people streaming it. It's like, literally, it's crazy.
Yeah, don't get me started. Crazy. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I mean, we're jumping the gun here, but like, I really think Code Veronica should have been remade before 4. Like, 100%.
I say the same all the time. Usually, I always say the same. RE4, mate. Don't get me started on that one. Like, once again, I know I played a lot of it on PS2 when it came out, but playing it now, I ain't that keen on it. Like,
No, we disagree on that one, but
yeah, we could disagree. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I think it's another overrated title. I'd rather have Code Veronica.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Code Veronica but the problem is, you're not going to get it. Think about it, because Capcom were there. RE4 was a big seller, the big popular game, and that's what they're going to focus on. They're not going to focus on Code Veronica, where no one's really talking about it. But yeah, RE4 will be remade, absolutely, and I think it's being remade right now.
Yeah, that's what the rumors say, isn't it? For sure. Okay, so. Where did he go from PlayStation 1? Did he go PlayStation 2? You mentioned online play as well. So, where did the landscape go from there, from PlayStation 1?
I know I had a PC at one point. I think it might have been around the time I still had PlayStation 1. I had the Windows 98 on my PC. And I remember playing Frogger a lot on it.
Oh, okay.
And all these games that's on it. And I don't know why. I just kept asking my mum for a PC. I don't know what it was at the time, but I just wanted a PC. I wanted to do all these different things on it and mess about with software and stuff like that, and have a look around it. So I know I had a PC, but yeah, Mum, obviously I played a lot of console growing up. I played more console growing up to an age than I did with PC. So PS2. Oh God, where do I start with the games on that one?
Oof.
I know I got fond memories of Metal Gear Solid 2. On PS2, because I remember my friends who were supposed to go and play snooker, and then that game came out, and I locked myself away, and they was all knocking the door like, "Matt, where is he?" And Mum was like, "Oh, I don't know where he is," and I was just locked myself away to play Metal Gear Solid 2. Just absolutely, I didn't want to know the world. I just wanted to be left alone in peace.
Yeah.
LMA Manager, I like the Football Manager games as well. Then, so I played a lot of LMA Manager at the time. Can't remember the years of it, but they was fun. So, what else did we play? I can't think normally. I'd be able to tell you. I should have done a little list for this one.
No, you're fine.
Tons of games, mate. Tons of games.
Yeah. I think it's the first time I've heard someone mention a Football Manager game on this channel, on this stream of stories. Actually,
yeah.
I don't see that being a game that can easily be streamed.
Oh no, mate! If I streamed it, I'll have minus 10 people.
all the unfollows are going.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely, yeah.
But I love the Football Manager game. I don't know what it is. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't actually asked you who you support, by the way. I got to ask. I'm sorry.
I'm not well invested in football now than I was.
No.
I've obviously growing up, I was a United fan.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, I do follow Walsall as well because that's where I'm from. So I always check the results and how Walsall are getting on. Or sometimes I do follow Man United, but it's not the same anymore. If they lose, I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's but back, if you ask me when I was younger, I'll be like, I'll be watching it but it's all changed now, hasn't it? The game's changed, and I just don't enjoy it as much as I did. I just feel like it's just a farce nowadays. Someone falls over, yeah. It's just like, no thanks, just. Yeah, so I don't really have time. Obviously, my hobbies are like what I do now in terms of streaming and gaming and spending time with the other half when I get a chance. And
for sure.
Yeah.
So, is there any other gaming memories that come to mind? You've mentioned quite a few there, but is anything else come to mind? Like friends?
I'm struggling to tell you right now. Yeah. I mean, like going back into the Football Manager stuff, like the actual Football Manager title games. We used to have my friends around the house, and we used to connect. We used to have the laptops and stuff, and we used to do 24-hour kind of sessions.
Wow, yeah.
Where it's all connected to like an Ethernet kind of, you know what I mean, network.
Yeah.
And then we used to draw a team out the hat.
Okay, yeah.
Like the top 6 teams at a time.
Oh right, okay.
Draw them out the hat, and then whoever you get, we manage in the league. But it's all in the shared server, so everyone's obviously. You get to play each other as well throughout the season. And you look at a good 24-hour session for that.
That sounds awesome.
It was a great time. It was an absolute great time.
Yeah.
Those are good memories they were, because you're getting to play with friends. And, it's just that banter as well that comes along with it. It's just a lot of fun. I remember drawing out Liverpool the once. and I got to the Champions League final against AC Milan. It felt like back in the day when they won on penalties. And I won AC Milan on penalties as well. It's just like, yeah, winning stuff like that was fun. I feel a bit bad because I feel like I can't think of like some real other absolute great memories right now. I used to play a lot of Tekken as well.
Oh, nice.
Growing up.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that, yeah. I remember going to Birmingham on a train with a guy who was a bit older than me because he entered the Tekken tournament.
Okay.
I think it was Tekken 3. And I was just as good as him, but I couldn't participate because I wasn't of age.
Oh no!
And I was like, yeah, it was in the Birmingham Bull Ring, mate. It's like a massive like Tekken thing, and there's loads of people watching. And I remember his name being called out first, and he lost.
Oh,
we had to get the train back. I was like, bloody hell, mate! I wanted to leave Spain for a couple of hours. So I got there, 10 minutes. Oh, you first. Got on there, lost. Got back on the train.
Oh no! Oh,
bloody hell! And I just took the piece out of him basically, saying like, mate, I could have got on there. I can't remember the character's name. I used to be very good at. Is it Mei Ling? I can't remember. I can't pronounce the name.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, I was really good with her.
Female character. What?
Yeah, female
Ling
character.
Xiaoyu?
Ling, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played Tekken in ages.
No.
Yeah, I knew all the moves of her, dude. I was like flipping, doing all this crazy stuff. But yeah, not a lot like my fighting games. But then again, like I'll tell you another memory. I told people on stream about this. When I was 15, I remember going to the game shop with some birthday money, and I bought Medal of Honor and I bought The Thing on PS2.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember having a sleepover because that's what we used to do as kids, don't you? You used to have people, sleepovers with your friends.
Yeah,
those are the best times. You got, you claim the living room. You got bloody sleeping bags everywhere. You're like, oh, I'll sleep there. But yeah, I remember buying The Thing and Medal of Honor, and that was good games. So they were both solid games. The Thing is another game that's underrated as well.
Yeah,
not many people play it. It's a really good horror game.
I got it for Christmas one year, didn't play it, then got older, sold it, never played it.
Oh, dude,
I don't know.
Get it really cheap. If you ever stream yourself or whatnot, it's worth a look at really. But you can get it on PC as well, and it looks better on PC.
Oh, okay, I didn't know it was on PC.
You can get it on PC. I've streamed it on PC a few times, and it looks pretty good. So definitely worth a look at.
Okay, we're talking about all these great games. These are some awesome titles you mentioned here, but is there like a worst game you ever played?
I've played some bad games. I've played some bad games, dude. Let me think. RV Survivor 2 is terrible.
Yeah, no one goes down that rabbit hole, I suppose. So yeah, I can see. Yeah, I've not played it.
Resident Evil Survivor 2 on PS2 is an absolute robbery to mankind. It takes you 5 minutes to complete. And it's like, CEX is selling it right now for £45.
What?
Mate, I'm like, how are you robbing the public? It should be £2. I wouldn't even pay 25 pence for it. Honestly. Yeah, that was a bad game. The thing is, because I've been playing that much Resident Evil over the past couple of years, I feel like I've forgotten all the games I've played growing up. So I'm just stuck in that mindset of just Resi.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what game I grew up and I hated and I was so disappointed in. Going back to the Megadrive. Was it Sonic 3D?
Oh,
remember
yes.
that one?
Yes.
That was crap.
Yeah.
That was a disappointment. I hated that game. I was like, why? Why do this to me? As a Sonic fan. I didn't mind Spinball, even though it was hard as hell.
Oh.
I liked Spinball, but this 3D game was terrible. I was like, it's absolute crap.
I have a soft spot for 3D. But yeah,
Oh,
I
damn.
appreciate. But no, but trust me, I totally get it. I totally get why people don't like it. It's bad advertisement. It's not even 3D.
Yeah, it ain't great. I just didn't like it one bit. I played a bit of it. I think I turned it off. Oh mate, I've got like all these titles. I should be telling you right now. I can't think.
You're fine.
Great podcast, right?
No, did you ever play Sonic 06? Because that's like the one that everyone thinks about as being one of the worst games ever played. I've never played it. I've refused to play it.
I didn't play that. I got to a point where I probably I haven't played the latest gens of Sonic.
No.
Even though I'm a fan, I'm very much stuck to the platformer.
Did you play any Sonic Mania when that came out?
I played Sonic Mania, yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, What's your thoughts? I know it's slightly off topic. What's your thoughts on the new announcements?
Well, I love it, but the price for me, like I'm not.
Dude,
yeah, it's a robbery.
Off.
Yeah,
I went mad. I did.
Yeah,
because they're doing it again. It's the same thing. This is my little rant now.
Yeah, you go for it.
It's the same thing. It's not even an enhancement. Look, mate, I looked at it. It looks exactly the same as any other port I've seen.
Yeah.
And they're just releasing 4 titles and whatnot. Check out, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you want to see a proper remake, check out Sonic 2 HD demo.
Okay.
It's a fan-made demo. It's free to play. Mate, you play that. You get to play Chemical Plant, mate. You've never seen anything like it. YouTube it afterwards. I swear to God, mate.
Yeah.
That's what I hoped in a remaster. You need to see.
Yeah, look at that.
Obviously, you're a fan of Sonic. Sonic 2 HD demo. Go on the website. Fans have been making it for years, and they've done like 3 or 4 levels. You'll be like, wow. You will be shocked. Definitely worth a look at.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's my mind about Sega.
No, that's cool. Okay, so what are you currently playing right now? And do you play any games offline? What are you playing now?
Offline is kind of non-existent, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've started streaming full time from December. So my days are, if I'm not streaming, obviously I'm with Abby unless she's at work. And on the Tuesdays, if she's at work, I most likely will be trying to improve my socials or putting some Instagram stories out or YouTube content, shorts, TikTok. And then on the Fridays, I try to keep away from everything. Like I'm doing this obviously this morning because by the time we finish here, I'll get ready and we'll go out. And Fridays are my clear days. But in terms of I don't get a chance to play games when I'm on stream. It's come to that now. Obviously, I fully accept that, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And
obviously, in terms of the games that I'm playing currently, we're doing a bit more like variety in terms of other horror games. So I'm doing my first experience of Last of Us 2.
Okay, yeah.
At the moment, which it's a shame really because I think I avoided that game for so long based on the critics' reviews at the time, from what I was hearing about the script and all this negativity, which I'm actually come to think of it now, I'm a firm believer. Just don't believe in anything what you hear. Just play the game for yourself. You'll either enjoy it or you won't. And that's what I'm actually really enjoying the game, despite what people say about it. It's a solid story. The environment's stunning. The graphics are amazing. The characters, it's a wonderful game. And I think I've just done day 3 of it at the moment. So we played 3 days of it on stream.
Okay, yeah.
And I've still got more games to play of it. So we're playing that. Obviously, Resident Evil content is more kind of bread and butter.
Yeah.
So we do kind of nearly every RE title on different days. I've been like learning kind of Uncharted speedruns as well. Like,
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of just sometimes we'll just play anything. Yeah, with Silent Hill, Dino Crisis, titles like that. Dino Crisis is another title I forgot to mention earlier. That's a great game, underrated, by the way.
Yeah, I'm playing it for the first time now on stream myself. Never played it.
Fantastic.
I've never played it over the years, and now I'm finally getting it. I'm enjoying it. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's quite puzzle intensive.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, and it's a solid game. And yeah, I played that a lot when I was a kid. And Silent Hill, I forgot these great titles.
Oh, Silent Hill's so good.
Holy shit, what a shame. Yeah, so why did I not think about these earlier when I was answering the questions? I'm thinking of them all now because I stream them.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the games I'm kind of playing currently. Evil Within 2 starts next week as well, all being well.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Evil Within actually. I like those games. Shinji Mikami, who obviously directed number 1, and he's done some great games, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Sadly, that Resident Evil 4 game as well.
Yeah. Oh man, I bet you've rocked a lot of people's opinions with that Resident Evil 1.
Mate, I destroy everyone. Mate,
yeah.
I
was going to say, I can just see this like with the little troll meme, playing, I don't like Resident Evil 4, and then we got like, all the people watching you.
Yeah, it's just banter, isn't it?
Of course.
It's a bit of fun. I respect the game. I just think trying to play it now, the mechanics are the controls are a bit crap, aren't they? But obviously it was a PS2 title, and I respect it because for its time, it was like, wow, I've never seen a game like this before, which we haven't. So it was like, wow. But yeah, anyway, moving on from RE4.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the later titles then? Because I know we haven't really touched upon those yet. So 5 onwards, I suppose.
I enjoyed 5 a lot.
Yeah.
I had an Xbox at one point, and I remember making new accounts to get all the achievements.
Okay.
Not because I wanted to. I just wanted the perfect name. 'Cause sometimes when you're younger, you're like, oh, I don't like that name now. I want to change it. And I think you have to pay like 15 quid. And, sometimes I was like, nah. But talking about, we'll probably touch on this shortly, but I was a big achievements trophy hunter at one point.
Okay,
for years. And I wanted a clean slate at times. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for like 1000 G or the Platinums on PS3 or 4. And I wanted a perfect record. I didn't want to all have these like games where I've got like 2% on it, 3%. I wanted a clean slate. But to be honest, saying that with RE5, I enjoyed it because I played a lot of co-op with my brothers or my friends. And it was a decent game. It was all right. It's not the worst title in the world. Yeah, RE6. Funny enough, I only started to play RE6 like my first playthrough is now. Really.
Okay. Yeah.
I avoided that game. I tried to play it and I hated it.
Yeah.
When I was younger. So we've recently completed Leon's campaign.
Okay.
And actually, we've just recently completed Chris's campaign.
Yeah.
So I've got to do Jake and Ada next.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually quite enjoyed Leon's campaign. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it doesn't deserve the critics that it gets.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Chris's campaign was a bit crap, but Leon's campaign was pretty solid in my opinion. But yeah, it's like a Michael Bay film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very much like Transformers. Like everything's going on, action scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously RV7, they tried to start afresh, didn't they, with this new kind of horror first person. I remember buying it with the VR.
Oh yeah,
it came out.
How was that?
And I turned all the safety features off on the. You can go into the options on the game, and you can turn it all off so you can just completely rotate. And honestly, I got motion sickness.
Oh no!
because I turned the features off, so I got sick, and then I played a bit of it, but I couldn't get into it at the time. I just don't think I'm a big VR fan. I like to drink my tea. I like to see where things are.
Yeah.
I like to, I don't like to not. Don't get me wrong, the immersion's there, but I like to have a conversation with Abby when I'm downstairs on the couch if I'm playing that game.
Yeah.
Rather than just being stuck behind. But yeah, so basically I played it to the part where Mia crawls up the stairs. And she's like, that's that horror segment. Oh, it scared the life out of me.
Yeah.
So, and after that, I eventually come back to it a couple of years later, properly. And I think it's a good game. Mm-hmm. I do like it. I do like RE7, and I like Village. The speedrun's not so great at Village, but casually, it's a decent game. Decent game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you like it or?
I love 7. Like I tend to play it every couple of years. I don't play it too often, so like whenever I always appreciate it more each time I play it because I love all the homage to horror. Like in 7, the first half of 7 is just pure horror. It's like I don't think there's a scarier horror Resident Evil game.
I completely agree with you, and a lot of people that I've spoken to would say the same. But if they stuck with just the house and that area rather than going to that bloody ship, I would, that would have been it would have been like top tier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good game, but for me, in my opinion, when you get onto that ship, I just feel like I lose interest.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just automatically lose interest. I'm like, all right. But when you're in that house sneaking around, you're like, oh, is somebody going to be around that corner or this corner? That's what I want in a Resi game.
Yeah.
I want to go back to like the origins of like RE1 with the mansion. Kind of give me that feeling back.
But that's always the argument, isn't it? Is that Resident Evil 7 at the time anyway? It was like, oh, it's not a Resident Evil title. It's first person and all that stuff. But like you said, the horror, the house environment for Resi 7 was pure Resi 1 all over again 20 odd years later.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, you got to respect Capcom and the decisions they've made in the ride, because would they have survived if they stuck purely to what they did from RE1 and 2? They've obviously tried to continue the franchise, but bring in new audiences as well. So, and, it's survived this long, hasn't it? It's done over 25 years now. I think it's done extremely well, and I think we've got to be grateful and appreciative. Yeah, not every title's great, but no, there's some solid games in there. I mean, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 4, okay, 4, 5's okay,
Yeah.
No, they're not all bad, apart from Survivor 2, and Dead Aim's okay-ish. God, probably title from that.
Oh man, So you mentioned achievements and trophies before then. So what other games did you go to platinum to catch them all?
Honestly, I went for some hard games. I did for
Did
like
you?
these platinum. Oh, I remember. I remember doing a Kumu mode on Evil Within on PlayStation. That was pretty rough at the time. That was pretty hard. But do you know what was harder? The DLC to Evil Within.
Okay.
Where you got the segment called the Executioner. It's a DLC where you get to play the. Have you played Evil Within?
I played the beginning of it. I didn't actually get too far.
Oh, well, there's the main boss in the Evil Within where he's got like kind of like a square box head.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like a safe. And you're playing as him basically in this DLC. And I'll tell you what, it's like a mercenaries mode where you got all these enemies coming at you in different stages, different levels. And the final level, you're going up against Sebastian and that other officer's name. Oh, mate, it was the worst hellhole ever. It took me ages to complete that bloody game, to get the final trophy on that DLC, to then get 100% on everything of that Evil Within game. That was hell, man. That was a pretty rough, that was a pretty rough experience, but it was rewarding.
Yeah.
Another one, brutal mode on Uncharted games is pretty rough.
Okay, yeah.
That was like DLC segments, so I got all the 100% on those. Last of Us, the first one, did grounded mode on that, done all the trophies. That was hard. So yeah, there's quite a few hard titles. I must admit, Alien Isolation did all that.
Yeah.
Anything I can get my hands on. I thought, you know what? If I like the game and it's horror, I tend to kind of like try and stick to it and get all the trophies or achievements if it was on Xbox. But yeah, I used to play a lot of Oblivion as well, even though it's off horror. I used to love the achievements hunting on Oblivion.
Nice, yeah.
You could only do it on Xbox because I didn't have the trophy list on PlayStation, sadly. So I was like, oh. But yeah, I love those sorts of games actually. Should have mentioned that earlier.
No, I love Oblivion and Skyrim, yeah, for sure. Yeah, brilliant games. Yeah, so if you were stuck on a remote island, and you can only bring 3 games with you onto that island, and you're stuck on it forever, but you can play online. I don't know if we've mentioned this. You can do online.
I actually had an answer for this one. You said I can't play online.
You can do online. You can do DLC. Yeah, that's all. But only 3 games.
So you can't play online.
You can
play online.
Yeah, you can play online. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, good. Okay. I thought about this because, funny enough, somebody asked me this type of question in my stream the other day.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to play something that, obviously, you know, even if it's my favourite game like Resident Evil, I'm going to get bored of it if it's going to be something that I'm going to continue to play. So I'm going to go with something like World of Warcraft.
Okay, yeah.
Because, obviously, it's always expanding, and you get to play online, and... Yeah, I used to play... I keep forgetting... What is it now? I'm telling you the games I used to play. I didn't tell you at the time when I told you. But I used to play World of Warcraft quite a bit. I actually quite like that game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't play it now at all. I don't follow it anymore. But I did, play that with a few friends and go through dungeons and, collect shit.
Yeah.
If I was on a desert island, I'd play that because it's obviously something that you can continue to, you can't really get bored, can you? Compared to something that's going to be repetitive. Now that you can tell me I can play online, I'll probably play something like an FPS Call of Duty type game.
Yeah.
Even though I'd never play it anymore. But like COD 4 for me, I played a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Wow, what a game that was of its time. So I'll probably go with something like that, just to play online, destroy people. And finally, I would probably go with a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get bored. I've got 3 games there that I can continue to play.
Yeah.
And I went through a stage of my life doing that. For years, I played just like Call of Duty and FIFA.
Yeah.
And the odd occasional, like, casual game or something. But, through my, early work days, that's all I was doing.
And
doing that.
3 very different games, different genres, all very accessible. I think that's a solid set of games, to be fair. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. Thank you very much.
So what made you think about streaming? Where did streaming come into the equation then?
Well, where do I start? Sorry. My brother, Vita Moores, is a streamer. He's a part of the stream. He's been streaming for years. Obviously, he's on and off now because he works. But at the time, he was full-time very early on. Probably 18 onwards, he was streaming. He was very big early on in the Destiny community.
Right.
And obviously, all that changed. Times have changed. I think it's fair to say, he wouldn't mind me saying, he was very inconsistent, and things happen. You know what it's like in the streaming world. If you don't keep up to date with things, you can drastically fall off the radar. So yeah, I knew of Twitch for many years, and then I had a different name. I did stream like once every month or something crazy. Just randomly, just wanted to just go on there and just have a look about, play some retro games like Wonder Boy and Monster World or some Sega titles on emulator. You know, I didn't really do Resi at the time. Maybe once in a while I did like some Metal Gear and whatnot, but I was very inconsistent, and I had a different name. My old name was Unrighteous Matt.
Okay.
Like, what the hell? I don't know where that come from, but I made the account. I met Tom Payno, actually. I don't know if you know who Tom is. He's well in the community here. So we knew of each other for years, and I was just on and off. And the reason for that is I was working full time, and then I was doing a law degree as well.
Okay, right.
So I never really got to do streaming properly because my life was very busy. At one point, I streamed from a caravan because we was renting in places, but then my auntie had a caravan in her garden, and we wanted to save for a house.
Right.
So for a year, we like probably just like 13 months, we lived in a caravan. Me and Abby did, to save up for a deposit on a house.
Right.
And I did the random stream from there with a dodgy cable come from the house and whatnot. But it was from a laptop. It wasn't literally. It was like once a month or once every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
If that. I was never going anywhere. I wasn't going to grow. I had like one or two people tuning in. That's where it was at. And then, so after that, we got the house. And then I finished my degree. That was hell. And then I started my masters. So I went to uni to do my postgrad in law. What's it called now? Oh, whatever it was. And then, qualifying law degree. That's it. I can't remember anyway. Forget it. Yeah, it's a long time ago now. But yeah, I was hating it, dude. It wasn't for me. I got to the point where I was burnt out from studying, and I wasn't prepared to carry on doing this masters. And I fell out of love with it. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to be a lawyer, a solicitor. I'm not that interested. It's not for me. I grinded through the degree because I got to a point where I couldn't really back out, and I just worked my ass off, stressed over it. Never had a life because I was working and then studying. It was just crap. And I thought to myself, I said to Abby, I had a chat. I said, I want to kind of do something that I enjoy. I want a hobby. I'm working, but I want something to go along with that.
Yeah.
And so I quit my masters. And then I decided to, stream consistently. And this is where we are today. We started streaming. When I started streaming, I made a new account, made the name MattRPD, because RPD, obviously, Raccoon Police Department.
Yeah.
Still have my close Resident Evil toys. But funny enough, when I first started streaming in the new account, I'll probably do like more like retro titles again. Just like the Sonic games and Wonder Boy, Streets of Rage, all that sort of good games. Flashback, Another World. These are great titles as well. But then I don't think I was really going anywhere. But at the time, I was trying to work out what it is I wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for a streamer, isn't it? When you start off, is what is it that you want to be doing? Mm-hmm. And then Tom, that I mentioned already, he was doing the Resident Evil 2 remake. And he was doing the speed runs, and I thought, what's this speed running all about? And I used, funny enough, going back to the Sonic era, I downloaded Sonic 4 Episode 1.
Okay.
Remember that was?
Yeah.
Remember them? And I actually remember speed running on that, and I was getting like really good leaderboard positions. But anyway, enough of that. Sorry, that was way off track.
No.
So yeah, Tom was doing these speed runs, and I was like, Tom, how do I get involved? What do I need to do? So then, obviously, I started to the speedrun then as well. I was following him, and then I found out the speedrun website, speedrun.com. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my god, this is something. I'm very competitive, to be fair. I do like to compete with others in a friendly way.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh shit, I need to get on this. And then that's where MattRPD came into his own element. Obviously, started to do the Resident Evil 2 remake a lot. That's most of my streams was that game on console. Streaming that most days, whilst working full time still. And then eventually it went from that to learning other RE titles. And then obviously I started to discover the marathons, and then the stream started to grow. You know, I started to do like RE 1, 2, 3, 4, like in a marathon, then 5. I did one marathon where I did Village, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all in one stream.
Wow, God.
So like, you know, it's a lot of learning. I've had to learn these games whilst I've streamed it at the same time. So I'm not really learning offline. I'm doing it all when I'm on there. I remember one time we did a 24-hour marathon. I did like 20 categories of Resident Evil, different games. It was crazy. That was.
Oh
that was
my
like
God.
A lot. That was a session. That was some terrible games included in that as well. But that's where I'd say it began. Johnny, he kind of. I just wanted a hobby. I wanted to pursue something. I've always played games like yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we've grown up playing games, and look where I am now. I'm really privileged and honoured to be able to play games. Kind of, even if it doesn't last, to be able to play games for a living is kind of like a lot of people's dreams, I'd imagine. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Sorry, I hope that answered the question. I think I might have gone off it.
No, 100% answered it, and more. But that's brilliant. I love to hear it, mate. Honestly, I mean, I've not long recently discovered your content. I think I mentioned it to you on one of your streams, but I discovered you via Pablo, OG Albert Wesker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, what was that like? I mean, well, you basically you did some speedrunning with him and Lexonal, was it? I think it was
Lexonal, yeah.
Yeah.
So before that, I'll tell you how all this came about. We put together an RE marathon charity event. I'm not sure if you heard of it. It happened. The first one happened on my channel, but after that, we created our own Twitch channel, which is known as the RE Marathon channel, where we raise money for a charitable organisation. The last one that we did, we raised $10,000 for the Mental Health Foundation.
Amazing.
And alongside that, we created a partnership with Biohazard Declassified. Have you heard of them?
No.
Yeah, so they do like podcasts and content around Resident Evil games and horror games. So we partnered with them. At the time, they knew quite a few voice actors. And obviously, we wanted some voice actors to come onto the charity event. So if it's, say, 2 or 3 days of RE speedruns, of different people coming on, doing an hour speedrun. Could be races, like head-to-head races or showcase reels. You know, that's what we did for the 2 days, and we earned all that. You know, we earned that money. But part of that, we wanted voice actors to do some commentary on some of these runs.
Right.
So, for example, we've had Nick Apostolides on, who obviously is the remake Leon, voice actor. We've had Stephanie Panasillo on, Claire Redfield. We've had a number of different people on. Katie O'Hagan plays Mia Winters. So following all that, I created these relationships then as well.
Yeah.
So then it was easier for me to kind of approach in the future and think, you know what, if I can get them there, would they be willing to come on my channel? And because the channel's grown to a point, I thought I might have a chance. At one point it was like 150, 200 people in there. So I reached out to Katie separately. So I've had Katie O'Hagan on the channel, on mine. But yeah, going back to your question, so that's how it all formed. That's how relationships were created. So following that, I reached out to Pablo because I saw him do an interview with. Oh, he's on YouTube. I can't think of the gentleman he did it with. But I thought, you know what? If you don't ask, you never get.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a firm believer. Just bloody ask somebody.
Yes.
You know, if they say no, they say no. If they don't get back to you, whatever. But at least you asked.
Yes.
But out of all the voice actors I've dealt with, that was the one that probably meant the most.
Yeah.
Because as you can imagine for yourself, like that was the nostalgia kicked in.
Yeah.
Getting to speak to somebody that is from the first Resident Evil game, from the whole franchise.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he's a wonderful dude as well. He's a really nice guy.
He seems
really
lovely.
Is.
Yeah.
He is. And and his son Lex Arnold's lovely as well. They're both just a nice family. And like the opening scene, like don't open that door. It's just so iconic. And I got him to do that for me. Like
I saw that.
Said, what did he say? Matt, don't open that door.
Yeah.
But, no,
awesome.
dude. You know what? Sometimes you get a bit nervous when you're speaking to voice actors, I find, because sorry, I've just got an itch in my nose. That's what happens when you got beards, isn't it?
Yes.
You got hair. Oh, bloody hell. I bet you struggle, don't you? But yeah, like some voice actors, you just hope that you can get on.
Yeah.
That's what you hope with like podcasts like this.
Mm-hmm.
You hope that you can have a natural flow of conversation, and you don't want to have that kind of awkwardness.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than like awkwardness or you can't get a conversation going. But yeah, everyone's been great that I've dealt with. They have been great to get on with, and Pablo's the same. It's just a dude, man. It's just a normal.
Yeah.
It's just, he doesn't think he's like this big. Obviously, back then in '96, doing a game, it's not like doing a game now.
No, it's not.
So it's a completely different like.
For sure, because there was so much mystery around those voice actors as well, wasn't there? So he's only just realised how much of an impact he's had, hasn't he, in the last 12 months or so? No, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I mean, what advice would you give to anyone that is thinking about picking up streaming? What tips or experiences do you think you can relay that might resonate with people really?
Always a question that gets asked quite a lot, and I don't want to go into full detail because what might work for me might not work for somebody else. Of course. And I think a lot of people, especially streamers I've seen out there, you can hear these from these big partner streamers, do this and do that. Doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Mm-hmm. For me personally, for anybody that wanted to try streaming, give it a try. Don't invest too much into it, because I know people have invested a lot of money into streaming, mm-hmm. and then realise, it's not for them. I got Abby tried it once. Okay. My fiance Abby, when I say Abby, and she didn't like it. She couldn't deal with that kind of pressure being on a microphone, and she wasn't even on cam. So it's sometimes it doesn't work for. It's not for everybody, is it? It's not for everybody, and people need to think that. People got this perception, gaming and streaming, it's the easiest thing out there. It's bloody hard. It's bloody hard work, especially if you're motivated to get to where you want to get to. It's long hours, and it's good. You get your good, but you get your bad, like anything. But what I would say to any new streamer, anybody wants to pick it up, is if you've already got a system that could possibly do it, try it. If you want to go on cam, go on cam. If you don't want to go on cam, just try it with a mic for the first. Some people are comfortable behind a mic. People have become very successful without a cam. So don't feel like they'd be pressured to stream on a camera. You don't. Start off just on a microphone, and if you feel a bit more comfortable, once you grow, get to build some friendships, put your camera on. It's fine. I know quite a few streamers that have big hit partnership without a cam. Mm-hmm. So it is possible, but I would just stream because you want to play games and you want to have fun. That's what it's all about. That's what it should be about, is having fun. Mm-hmm. Don't go into streaming with this cloud thinking, okay, I'm going to earn a shitload of money. I'm going to earn money, and I'm just going to, I'm going to work and I'm going to earn money on Twitch as well. Don't go into that. Mm-hmm. Don't think that, because it might not happen. Yeah. I never started streaming because I think I'm going to make money. I never went into streaming. I thought if I can need 10 people watching me, I'd be happy with that. Yeah. I'd be delighted with that. And, you are. But then I think it's human nature after a while, isn't it? It's okay, well, I want a bit more now. I've got the taste of 10. I want 15. I want 20. And then before you know it, you're 30, 40. Then it just starts to go in. But that's my biggest tip, is just to enjoy yourself. Be happy on stream. 100%. Put a smile on your face. You're playing a game, and if people are watching, great. But if people are not watching when you start off, you might not have that audience. Yeah. But what I would say as well to answer that is talk anyway. Mm-hmm. Talk as if there is people there, even if there's not be. Don't have your view count showing. Don't see any of that. Lock it all down. Just talk about the game, what you're doing, what you had to eat. I don't know, anything. Just talk shit. That's what I do. That's what works for me. Yeah. I don't stop talking. Yeah. I talk, mate. I'm talking nonsense now. I'm here.
No, yeah.
I don't give a that. I just.
No.
You can only be yourself. Be yourself as well. That's another thing. Be yourself. Be who you are. Don't be something that don't be a different character. That's not very nice. I don't know. But what am I to say? What's right and what's wrong? That's just what I think anyway.
No, sound advice, mate. 100%. No, thank you for bringing it to the table for sure. I've got one final question. The hour's flown by, which is, what is your favourite game of all time and why? And you have to choose one. What's number one?
I think I've already answered this, haven't I? Oh, dude, I don't really. If I really sat down and thought about this, I don't think I could ever give an answer.
No.
Some days you could be feeling that game or this game, but I'd have to go back to what I said earlier, was Resident Evil 2 Classic, 98, on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
because of the amount of time I put into it, and just the amount of content you get out of it, and it's complete value for money.
Yeah.
Great storyline, as I said, emotional at times. You got the horror shock element, the gore, the violence, just everything that comes together. But saying that, I love Metal Gear Solid growing up, and I think as a single game, that is a great game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no denying that. That in itself had everything as well. The emotional side, the Meryl scene, all of that. Wow. But I have to stick to my roots. And I'm a Resi streamer, and I'll have to stick to RE2 Classic for the favourite game of all time.
Oh, it's amazing.
I have to.
It's a tremendous game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Matt, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for one more time. We'd like to just plug your socials. Where can we find you?
Yeah, most of the time I'm on twitch.tv/MattRPD. I stream 5 days out of the 7. You'll catch me around 11 a.m. GMT, so about 6 or 7 at night. You could also, I've got YouTube. It's all the same name: YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that. Really, Discord. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure, Johnny. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being so kind as well. It's you haven't made me feel. Sometimes you never know how you're going to feel on these sort of podcasts and so forth. But it's been a nice conversation with yourself.
Oh, thank you.
I've enjoyed it.
Thanks so much for being here. Thank you. It's been brilliant. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Take care. Bye bye.